So is the flexing what the ick is, or is it just the ick in general?
The ick is a lack of respect, in my opinion. So it's when you stop respecting a man, and then all of a sudden all these little like tiny nuances like piss you off, or like you're like, ooh, I hate that. Whereas before they were like, you thought they were like cute and charming, and then once you lose respect for somebody, it's like, oh, he does this and it's horrible. Like one would be like snoring. It's like going to bed with somebody, and you adore them and they snore. It's like, oh, it's like a sign that he's alive. And then it's like,
a sign that he's alive. He's a big Cocor. You're like, oh my God, he's fucking alive. I don't have to go to the hospital tonight.
And he's still breathing.
He's not dying on my real estate. Sweet.
We do like older men.
That's a score.
We do like older men.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Did you do this? And you're like, you see like the breath.
I watch to see their chest is rising at night, just to make sure.
I kick them and wake them up. And then pretend like I have a spasm.
So but what is it? Like, what is the ick?
I think for me the ick is like when I met my ex, my mom had just passed away from cancer. He showed up a week later. I escaped for years with him, traveling all over the world, and like so the expectation of other men to like help me escape and have fun and be spontaneous and amazing sex, like it's just not there. I don't want to keep comparing because it's not healthy, but he was like the person to help me like get over losing my mom to brain cancer.
Okay, so then should we stop having expectations of longevity and just have expectations of two-year terms, like term relationships and term marriages, and give up on longevity?
Well, no, I mean, just she
said she had great sex and for 2 years. So maybe our expectations are longevity when really, if we lose that expectation of longevity, we actually are super fucking happy because you were happy for 2 years.
Well, the best sex of my life was with my ex.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe our expectation of longevity is the wrong expectation.
No, but I care less to have sex with anybody else.
But I think what she's also trying to say is that they had a great chemistry and relationship, but she all of a sudden was like going to all these fun places with them and doing all these like cool things that she didn't get to do with other people. So, longevity is something she wants. She wants to be in a long-term relationship. Yeah. She would like to get married again and stuff. So it's not like she wants to be single and be, just going out and meeting randoms
I'm not out
or
with
whatever.
Random dudes. I stay home most nights. I read books. I'm like a grandma. It's like it's like a running joke.
Until she's in crochet.
I'm in crochet reading my books on psychology.
But my logic behind this illogical behavior, in my opinion, is that there should be term marriages, there should be term relationships, there should be term everything. Because right now, the longevity of life, we don't have one job for 50 years like our parents or grandparents. We have 50, we have 20, So why should our marriages be the same? You're going to have the starter wife, the midwife, and the hospice wife. There's 3 different types of wives. Right. So why are our expectations of that longevity, but that's an unrealistic expectation.
I think because we're women and we have like emotions, and men, our brains are just wired so differently.
We are wired differently, but I'm trying to tell you to solve our problem of being disappointed. Mm-hmm. To solve that disappointment, maybe we should stop thinking of longevity as an expectation, and we should limit it to term longevity.
Yeah.
Releasing expectations.
They have term marriages. You have a term lease. Mm-hmm. You have term house payments, mortgages. You have your dog's only 10 years. Why is a husband for the rest of your fucking life?
Yeah.
You really want to lick that ass for the rest of your life? Those are terms.
I know.
Okay, you have to have standards.
They don't have terms. You got terms.
I went all over the world with him, Michelin restaurants on cliffs in Portugal and private jets. And it's not all about money, but that really helped distract me from losing my mom. I'm an only child. I have no siblings.
But you got used to a certain lifestyle or whatever, dating somebody with, and then so you now have certain expectations. So if you're going to try to go from that to something else, it's going to be a little bit of a difference, and you're not going to be as excited.
It wasn't just money and lifestyle. Like the sex was amazing too. So it's like we're in like these amazing countries, like having the best sex of my life. So it's hard.
Something you might be holding on to too is that he helped you grieve. He helped you through that mourning process, and that is such that's something you're always going to hold near and dear to your heart. Is how he helped you through that. Yeah, and that you got to release that.
Yeah, that is, you're gonna hold on to that.
And no other guy will have been there for me in that time and seen me. Like he was there when I'm crying over my mom, and like no other guy is gonna experience that with me. healed.
Transitional love is they call it rebound love. Regardless if it's a rebound of a marriage or a traumatic experience, it's rebound love.
Yeah.
And it lasts 2 years, 2 to 3 years. And you went through that.
Yeah.
And that's a term love relationship that,
yeah.
You know, what I'm hearing you say is that you had this amazing experience. So why, as women, do after we break up with that experience, we get bitter and pissy? Like, my ex-husband and I broke up. It was time. My term was over. I knew it. His term was over.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm stepping up to the plate here, the batter's box, and I'm gonna hit a home run. I ain't gonna let his fucking term be over, my term be over, and his term keep going. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So I divorced well. But, you know, I accepted the fact that my term was over when he was giving his new girlfriend, his new lover, more jewelry than me, more love than me. My term was over. Doesn't matter. My term was over. I can't fight it. That's what's going to happen.
But you didn't go into it thinking that it was going to be a term relationship. Did you think it was your forever?
Sure.
Because
no. I knew it was term.
You did?
Okay. From the beginning, I was going to marry him a certain amount of time. I didn't want to be a hospice wife.
So you
I'm a hopeless
went down the
romantic.
same path that I went, but you just knew that there was going to be an end.
I knew there was going to be an end. I already knew it. Like, and I'm being honest on this podcast because I knew it was not forever because he was not a forever person. I met him, and 5 years later found out he was married. Oh, wow. So then, if you're married and saying you're divorcing, I'm getting a divorce. It's not. She doesn't live with me. It's a bunch of lies. That's going to happen to me. Yeah. So I knew that there was a term to this marriage. Even though it was a 20-year term, my tenure was very, very
well done.
Thank you. I feel like I deserve like a gold gold medal. Yeah. But I knew, and so then I look at today's society, women being disappointed, and how we can make the female society happier as we age, and that is we have to understand that everything is a term, and I keep stressing that, and it's like. Younger, you're going to think forever. But as we get older and smarter, you're going to want forever love. In our guts, we want forever. We want to be the only one. Yeah. But we're not. But also, I think that, you know, being a single woman today in Orange County, we have better prospects than any other county.
Do we?
In this, yes.
Yeah.
We are blessed.
They're just not at A and Rothschild.
Oh God, where are they?
Or they're working and expect to find a husband.
They're working, running their companies. They're not out trying to meet young girls. Like they're busy men. Like the successful good guys.
And you don't want to find a married one. You don't want to find.
Listen, I actually think there's a lot of like divorced people. You know, if you're trying to date older, anyways.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who do divorce and they're looking for their significant others. Yeah. But so there's men out there. You just have to find them.
And a lot of people got married young. You know, they got married out of high school.
Sure. And then it doesn't work out.
They married their college sweetheart, and then it doesn't work out. Great men, but it just didn't work out with their partner. So I'm waiting for those people to get divorced.
You're waiting for the next wave.
You're like, I probably sold your wife a wedding dress.
Oh well. If you're loving the show, click like, subscribe, and support us on Patreon. Peace, love, and happiness.